Steve, who do you think's under the most pressure in the NFL this year?
Josh Allen. I wasn't in love with him last year.
Yeah.
I don't think – I thought the defense was obviously the problem. I don't like the antics and things we saw in the field with Diggs. I don't know what's going on there. I feel like that's another one. The division is all getting better. I mean, people are – you could write off New England all you want. They're still going to be a pain in the ass.
Macon, Nate, with me today, fresh off the home run derby.
Winner,
Yeah.
chicken dinner.
You won. I want to get to the sports. I want to get to the weekend. We had William Hayes in the house. Came to visit his boy, dude. Me and Will are tight, and after we retired for about 4 years there, he didn't know how close Charlottesville, Virginia was to High Point, North Carolina, so he didn't make the trek. He never looked on the map, and recently we were on the phone, and it kind of came up, and he said, oh, shit, 3 hours, that's nothing. So he made the trip up. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Tonsillar League here in Charlottesville. But first, red light, green light? You got a red light, green light?
Yeah, plenty. How much time do you have?
I got all day.
All right. Green light. DeBrick, always improving oneself. DeBrick's going to nursing school. So we had a 10-year all-pro NFL career. He took a couple classes at a community college, got the prereqs out of the way, and now is going to nursing school in the fall.
Matt scared me last night because he was like, Did you see this? And I was like, yeah, I didn't. Give me the phone. And it's a picture of DeBrick Shaw Ferguson looking off into the distance. And I was like, oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just found out he's going to nursing school. So congratulations.
Pretty impressive. Revealed it on Peanut and Roman Harper's show. Second Acts, yeah? Second Acts.
I bet that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of sputtered to the finish there with my higher education.
Yeah.
I was at Beach Week, North Myrtle. Shout out Speegee, the Galleon. And I was calling professors to be like, hey, how'd it go?
Yeah.
Like, you got like a B-, buddy. You're fine.
You were nervous.
Yeah. And I was on a victory lap, too.
You got to let it go, man, you know? Enjoy your beach week.
No.
It was a good time.
Speegee? Yeah. What's Speegee?
It was the best time.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't go to beach week?
I had one beach week. It was really lame. I don't even remember where it was, really.
Picture a club, put it on the beach, and then put that beach in South Carolina.
No shit.
Yeah.
That sounds good, dude.
Ton of 18 to 22-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, it sounds good if you're 18 to 22.
It was fun times. We got kicked out of our hotel the second day of beach week. Thank God.
Really? What'd you do?
Landon
Did it involve
Bradley.
smoking?
Landon. Oh, yeah. We got in trouble for it. Definitely.
You forgot that part.
But we were smoking on the balcony, and they
Yeah.
had police outside looking at balconies.
Dude, kids now can just, they can smoke.
Yeah. But
It was a different time. It was like prohibition.
it
That's
was.
how we're going to talk about our beach week.
Yeah, it definitely was
kids.
a different time.
Yeah.
Hey, red light to pineapples, potentially.
Really?
Okay.
That's
So-
pretty controversial.
Sometimes it's frustrating to come to work here because everybody's high and also negative, and no one listens to my good ideas, So I said today, MG, I says to myself, be a pineapple, all right? Stand tall, wear a crown, be sweet inside, right? And I was saying this to a colleague, and she said, oh, you mean like a swinger?
Exactly, dude.
And I said, huh? And she said that's pineapples are used as a secret way for swingers to identify themselves. Well, guess what we've had as a door knocker on our front door for the past 3.5 years?
Oh, shit.
A goddamn pineapple.
Really?
I had no idea. We didn't switch it out from the previous owners.
Here's the part that you should feel slighted, like nobody's knocked.
Plenty of people have knocked, but I didn't know what they were talking about.
Maybe you missed the code word. We talked about this last week.
Yeah. Right.
The pineapple.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we
dude.
did.
Yeah.
Remember?
But it was exclusively in
Our cruises.
retirement communities.
Yeah, so pineapple is like the international, let me bang your wife symbol.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people
Come on in.
There's a lot of people like you. I'm here for the orgy. There's a lot of people like you that are just donning pineapples on their front porch
Without any idea.
willy-nilly, dude.
Without any idea.
You're one of the damn, dude. Have you gotten weird knocks? Probably a
yeah.
knock. It's like,
I mean, him being upstairs in your A shirt with cereal, eating cereal.
yeah,
probably.
remember that?
I don't eat
I
cereal.
was trying to bring my kids by on Halloween, and this guy's up in the fucking bedroom with lights are off in the house because he didn't want any Halloween people, and he's got an A shirt on, staring out the window eating like Apple Jacks, and he looks like a damn serial killer. That's why you're not getting any knocks.
Serial killer. The cereal part doesn't check out because I don't eat cereal.
Probably
But I do recall this. We accept children on Halloween. Maybe your hours were off.
Coldly, the kids like walk down your driveway and like, I'm like, did a cold front come through? Holy shit!
Red light. We can do this all day. This NBA Finals presentation.
Yeah.
Back in my day, if you were a basketball player on a basketball team, you were wearing all the same shoes as everybody else. I remember those black Converse Cons that the UVA men's basketball team sported in the early 90s. I looked out there last night on the floor with the superimposed NBA Finals logo, with the superimposed corporate logos, with the off-wood gradient 5280, which is trying too hard. We get it. You're a mile high in there. We get it.
Yeah.
With that logo that you love in the restricted area, I see KCP in pink and blue shoes, Bruce Brown and Christian Brown in highlighter yellow, Kyle Lowry's in royal blue, Jeff Green purple, Hemi Butler sky blue, Cody Martin's in a green, Gabe Vincent's in a slime green. What are we doing?
You know what you're doing?
What is it with kids these days?
I know this is not going to be a popular take. When you were doing this, I was like, he's going to be the anti-sneaker freedom guy. Like, this is
but I'm pretty sure they get fined for this.
You're old school too now.
I'm pretty sure they get fined for this, and they probably don't care. But it's more on the marketing side. On the reverse is these companies and these artists, like, who do these special things for the playoffs on these guys' shoes, or, hey, if you wear my shoe, like, these guys are probably getting paid like a good amount of money to wear these particular shoes during these games.
You think it offsets the fines?
Yeah, just like, NFL. Like, I mean, like, guys, hey, if you wear my shoe, like, I'll pay the fine.
They used to fine us for high socks more than anything.
Yeah.
Like high socks and shit like that.
And spatting.
And spatting, yep, that sort of thing. Well, Nike would take your money away.
Y'all had to wear those going back to college. Now, that Cody Zeller was in a very nice black shoe and black sock. Looked great.
And you know what my wife said when Cody Zeller was on the floor?
Who's that?
What is that guy doing on the floor?
Yeah.
And that's what's so funny about Cody Zeller, dude. Like, if you look at his pictures, he didn't always look like, quintessential suburban dad, but he does. It looks like he won a contest and he got like zapped onto the floor in the NBA Finals.
And that's what won the Heat the game. Let Jokic score.
Swag. She didn't like his swag though.
Well.
Meg didn't like his swag.
Face
the highest
mask
drafted player on
and
the
everything.
team.
Well, and interesting. Here's what you're doing though. You're filling your time that you used to be spending live betting games by doing shit like tracking sneakers.
It was
You don't know
distracting.
that
It was distracting.
exactly, dude. How is it? Is it better?
No.
No, you miss it.
Well, no, I actually don't. It's far less stressful. The bottoms of my feet used to sweat a lot. They don't anymore. A guy did holler at me about some professional tennis, though, this morning. Got the juices flowing a bit, but nah, I'm
Give me
staying
that
away.
Play, could you?
Staying that way.
What's the play? What's the play? Oh, guy asked for a play from you.
No, a guy said, hey, a good buddy is this guy who plays professional tennis.
Okay.
Guy also listens to the show. I thought there was a pathway to fixing tennis matches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Got the juices flowing. And it's not like he's not like a top 100 guy, so he can fly under the radar. And
I thought you were about to say you're about to get like a good deal on lessons or something.
nah,
He doesn't need any lessons. 88 mile per hour serve.
like 112 in high school, 112, 113 is where we were. Well, what?
I tried to go under just for comedic effect, but yeah, you hit the ball hard.
Yeah, thanks. Only 6 foot arms though. Got short arms.
Yeah.
I was hitting the ball hard today.
So that's dynamic segue there. You motherfucker, dude.
You still got your jersey on.
I got my dirty Yerman Mercedes jersey. I was out there at McIntyre today going toe-to-toe with the favorite, Nate Collins. He was minus 120, I believe, to win. But I think I covered. I lost 3-2. I don't know if you could bet the spread on this thing.
I mean, you can't bet the spread if you didn't let me finish out my home runs. I still had
You had 2 pitches left.
So what?
Okay, we both had what? Reed, what was it?
We did 3 frames each of 10 swings.
Yeah.
So
And I did it in 28 swings.
you had 2 remaining plus the baseball because we had a Moneyball baseball
Exactly.
remaining.
Let them know. So I did
Yeah,
it
like
in
he won
28.
the home run title in 28 swings.
I
You had
did.
3 home runs, dude. The probability of you
28
hitting
swings,
another one
bro.
was nothing.
Bro, what was
And
the
we-
probability of you winning?
Hey, I stood there with class, dude, as you trotted around the bases. You and your jackassery.
You tried to trip me.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
There was a lot of chirping coming when Nate was at bat.
There was a lot
they
of
were playing
chirping.
songs.
We saw Dave Matthews make. Dave Matthews was running through McIntyre, and before I had gotten there, he had run by, and Tom invited him into the home run derby, and he declined politely.
He was my good luck charm.
Yeah. Well, on the way back, because he just donated a well to Waterboy, so I want to shout him out for that. He and his wife Ashley. So really cool of them. I got to thank him in person, and yeah, it was funny as shit because like Dave Matthews running by your home run derby, and you lose anyway. You know, that was a big moment for me, and I lost. So
It was just you 2 participating.
yeah.
Aren't y'all respectfully not very good?
No, not as good as JP. No.
Yeah.
But he had 4 home runs this year.
He's not really good.
I'm pretty good, dude. I'm pretty good now.
I mean,
Some would argue I hit for contact better than you.
Were you the one at second base?
Sometimes.
Because I've heard people talking about the second
I'm not
baseman.
good at second base.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm moving to the outfield. I was trying to be there not because I thought it was good, because I didn't want to throw my arm out.
you
and
say- The
ball
hit
found
balls.
you.
When you say some,
Maybe I'll move to catcher.
when you say some would
Like
say
facts.
that
Catcher.
you have contact with the ball
You're
better
like
than me.
on defense, you're like a manager.
Who says that?
Huh?
Who says that?
Wait, I didn't hear that.
How about you hitting the ball as hard as me?
Oh, contact? I
Yeah.
bet the numbers would back it up. that
No.
that
You
my
said
average
some
is-
would say. Who's the some?
Oh, nobody. It's just
okay.
a
Just making-
phrase. No, I would say.
I think
I would say I hit for contact better than you.
I think the tape doesn't lie. I'm a better softball player than you, but it's fine, bro. We have a
Well, you don't even play
we're
the field.
teammates.
You're like a manager on defense.
You know, I played a little bit.
So here's the deal, dude. All these barbs aside, you won the home run derby. Terrific.
Thank
You
you.
should be proud.
Thank you.
And I lost, and I had to smoke one of those big ass cones.
Convenient losing punishment. You
Why?
know?
Because you love drugs.
Exactly.
You
Well,
love smoking.
You agreed to the bet.
It's just, of course, I'm agreed to it, but I
Yeah.
agreed to all bets here.
Yeah, he agreed to the bet, and the terms were I got to smoke the whole thing by the end of the podcast. And I walk in, and I'm halfway done with this thing. It's as long as fucking
I'm still waiting for my
it's a
cold
Lexington
cutter, my
Steel.
cold cutter prize, bro.
raw cone, dude.
I win a lot of things here.
And Nate's like, oh, will you just make bets we don't honor? Dude, I'm dying for this bet.
Hey, man.
I'm over here.
Remember the cold cutter? I won that. What did I
cold
win,
cutter?
guys? Yeah.
Okay, you win some ham.
Yeah. Little sliced turkey.
Hey, get him his cold cuts. The cold cutter. The cold cutter.
How do you say it?
Oh, no, no, I can tell you.
The
Calcutta.
cow cutter.
The cold cutter.
The cow cutter.
Nate, sincerely, how do you maximize exit velocity? How is it? Is it swinging your arms really hard? Is it where you make contact? Do you have to let the ball travel far enough? Is it as simple
Here you
as
go, buddy.
squaring it up and getting good wood on
Here's
it?
some Oscar Mayer for you.
Oh, you know, I'm known for good wood, so it's about just getting that good wood, great contact.
What do you tell yourself right before you make contact?
I honestly think it's a cheat code because his girl's at the game every time, sitting right behind home plate. Umpire was rizzing her up last game. Neither here nor there. Guy's like 74. All right, but that's like a cheat code to have people there that my parents came and I hit the cover off the ball, dude. My parents came and I hit the piss out of the ball.
Yeah.
In the rain. Yeah, what are you being a hater, bro? I've given you your props. Now, you know, you got to give me mine. when my folks showed up, it was like Cove Creek, 13-year-old year, MVP.
Your parents showed up.
You only hit one home run.
You're 38 years old.
Yeah, they in the rain, dude. It was
Okay.
awesome. You don't like it?
No, I shouldn't shame parents supporting their kids. That's tight as hell. But like you're 40.
To their defense, they had
38.
Two kids on the
They
field.
had 2 kids. To be fair, if it was just me, probably not. MC Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always the
All right.
baby.
Dad after the game. See the way Kyle hit that ball? It's just different. Oh yeah, he's just always hit it different.
Yeah,
Like, Dad, did you see my triple? Jeez.
And honestly, if there were more people in the Derby, you probably, I would have bet on you for last place.
Okay.
Like hands down. Like
Okay.
I agree.
like minus like 450.
Minus 450.
Yeah, like you last place. Like
Yeah.
if like JP was in it, because I think Kyle probably in a home run derby. I think Kyle he would probably beat me in a home run derby on that field.
think so?
JP, I think for sure.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm the champ. So
Yeah.
like it feels good. It was the first one. If you want to do another one, like
I'd love to do another one. We can
I'm-
rematch like boxing.
Oh, I'm down,
Like,
bro.
you know how we like talk shit? But I will say this, you're not a role model.
I'm not, or you're not, bro.
You're not, bro.
Bro, you're the one who took out the phone. You're the one when the sweat is really on, like you get into your trolling bag. And
Who
today,
trolled first?
it doesn't matter. Like
it doesn't matter.
I wasn't trolling. I was doing good, competitive, little junk talking. And then when I went up and you blanked that middle round, you took out the speakers and started playing music and doing all these other antics.
Getting the hype up, dude.
See that?
Getting the hype up.
Getting the hype up. And
Yeah,
it
man.
worked for me.
Yeah. Not a role model. Okay.
Why do you say that?
Because, I want my kids, hey, you got to act like you've been there before.
Oh, yeah?
And it's evident to me you've never won a home run derby.
I haven't, and it's my first one, and it feels so good that I won it over you. Shout out to Oakley.
It feels good to lose it, though,
Shout
too.
out to
Shout
the
out to
sponsors.
Rockcone.
Shout out to sponsors and Oakley's, because I probably wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have these glasses on.
Yeah.
You took your glasses off mid-round twice. And
Wow, you're trying to take my marketing money.
Hey, no, I'm not trying to take it, but maybe if you would have wore them for the whole round, they would have helped you get that 1 or 2 extra home runs you would have needed, and you could have been here in this position.
I'm sorry, Oakley only works with role models. Okay? So congratulations. But this is how normal people feel when they get high, I think. Like, I was sitting here and I was stuck, man, trying to prep for this show. Luckily, it's about a bunch of bullshit. And in the middle, we're going to talk to Steve, Stanford Steve, back on the show. Been a while. Some NFL talk. But we had William Hayes in town this weekend. Mm-hmm. He is an all-time hang, dude. Miss my buddy. He and I, you know how you have some house guests over and you feel like you're like kind of on call, like you're nervous. You're like, what do we do now? Like, how do I entertain this person? William likes to sit on the back porch. It was awesome. He was up from 5:45 in the morning until I woke up at 9 because the kids weren't in town. And he was sitting on the back porch. All he wanted to do after Friday when we took him on the river was go back to the river. He said, "Can we kayak in your pond?" I drug my kayaks down in my truck and we kayaked in the pond for 20 minutes. And he was like, we kind of looked at each other. It was like, this isn't doing it. So we drug the kayaks out of the pond. And I said, we can be at Sugar Hollow in, 30 minutes. And he had like an array of questions. Are there bears? I had this nightmare about a bear when I was a kid. I hate bears. He was worried about that on the James River, but this was actually a place where I thought we might see some bears. And we were still suffering from food poisoning from, the weekend. We had a lot of food poisoning Friday, Reed.
He wanted to keep, he knew it was food poisoning. He just wanted to add to it. He was like, I keep poisoning me,
He just
please.
kept getting food poisoning.
Yeah. And even on the river, he said, tomorrow I want to do a bigger river. And you said, we'll take you to West Virginia. We'll take you to the new river. And he said,
yeah, he was talking all this shit. On the way to the river, does the kayak flip, the whole thing. We dropped him right in the rapids and hope for the best. He made it through perfect. And
his confidence shot.
By a mile in, the guy's like, I need something more challenging. And I'm like, what? he's like, are there any more challenging rivers in this area? And I said, yeah, we can go to the new river like tomorrow. He's like, I want to go to the old river. So my man was just in like vintage William Hayes form.
He was asking how high the river got,
Yeah.
when it flooded.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, it gets that high? When I pointed out on a tree, like it probably gets up there. And he's like, I could raft that.
I think I could do
I
that.
could kayak that,
Yeah.
right? And he's you don't think I could do it? I could definitely do it.
Dude, he's one of the funniest human beings. Is he not? Like,
Oh, he's
what I
hilarious. He
was?
said, in the floods, you don't think I could do it? All you really need is good balance and control your stick.
Control your stick. Yes. Yeah, I
your
remember
paddle.
that. Yeah, he's a classic.
And
so.
then he said, lesson of kayaking, if you're not moving, you'll get left behind.
Exactly.
And that was on the flat part, kind of towards the end.
He was FaceTiming Robert Quinn for like an hour and fell way behind and evidently had to paddle like his life depended on it.
But he loved it. He had a good boat
Great
from
time.
Appomattox River Company.
Yep.
Nate Conley let him share in Nate's
A
flotilla.
loner.
Did Nate stay dry this time?
Yeah, Nate stayed dry.
I did say dry.
The speaker didn't stay dry, though.
Speaker didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I lost the speaker.
You seen the eagle? That was cool.
What?
I did see
You
an
seen
eagle.
the eagle?
We saw it too.
Speaker, though, was recovered.
Speaker was recovered.
Reed
And
by-
Will
by-
said when it was underwater, he said, I feel like I could have heard that through the water, like the vibrations.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. So, I mean, and then he left, and we went to Tonsler last night to see our team,
Elite Company.
Elite Company.
To our surprise, is ranked the #1 team.
So tell people about the league, though, first.
So Charlottesville has a summer basketball league similar to some of these bigger leagues in different cities like New York, like the Rucker Park or the Dykeman, like
It's
summer
like
league.
it's like an A-ball affiliate.
Yeah, it's
of
like
Rucker Park.
it's like a pro-am summer league, like I guess, and you have from I think maybe high schoolers to grown men, some collegiate players.
Some good basketball players, man.
Yeah, like a lot of good competition. And Wes Bellamy, he took over the league, I believe, last year, and they've done a real good job of just putting together something nice for the community a few times a week during the summer.
Awesome environment on a Sunday. They got like 5 back-to-back games, people doing cookouts, fans everywhere. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
And our team is
Stacked.
Yeah,
So
when I walked
supposedly-
in, we were standing there, and I was like looking at the two teams, and a guy who I didn't know, but Nate's buddies with, was like, that team right there is like unfair. And I was like, wait, hold on a second. Let me look at my sheet here. That's our
And
team.
sure enough,
Yeah.
that's the team that we're sponsoring, Elite Company. And the story behind it is supposedly last year there was a bunch of players that I guess they felt like they were stars on their respective teams and didn't like their coach or the teams they were on. So they said that they didn't want to play with those teams anymore. And those
We're
guys
defectors.
were defectors and kind of they joined
Dude,
and
that
made
is
their
such
own
a great story for us.
their own team, and that's the team. And supposedly now we're ranked like talent-wise, like top 1 or 2 of the league.
Here's the key, though. The play of the night, though, was Matt bringing his BG,
Oh,
his baby girl.
Oh,
'Cause I
we're
can't-
talking about that. I didn't want to put that out
Well,
there.
we've been kind of talking about it. Macon's
Okay.
been tracking the relationship.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, it's a veritable fuck fest.
Let me. Nah, it's more than that. Let me tell you, Matt.
Well,
Matt,
don't be. You know,
Matt looked like a G. He pulled up to the hood basketball event with his chick, and they stood courtside at the
dudes
basketball
were
game
wondering
for a
if he
little
was
bit.
GM, man.
He did. You did look like a
This guy doing
GM.
here? And then there was a funny moment where we were sitting across the court, and like people got their lawn chairs and everything behind the baseline, and like it's like deep back there, and Matt and his BG are across the court and trying to get to us, and you could either go across and we can walk right across everybody
so
who's all,
funny. This is so
or
funny.
or you could walk like all the way out to the street and around and around the corner to us. And we were like, what's he gonna do? It's probably like minus 300 odds that he takes the street. And this was a big moment, but he took the street.
Why didn't you just walk across the sidewalk in front of the 15 people sitting on the wall?
Respect for the game. You try not to walk right on the baseline.
Oh my goodness.
Respect for the game. Sounds like respect for the
Good
court.
answer.
Sounds like the respect for the court. But yeah, Make, it was.
No, she had a great time and
real.
really enjoyed meeting you guys. She knows Nate and Chris from listening to the pod, and actually told me something interesting this week that she's been listening since COVID, and said that like you and Macon helped her get through COVID. Listening to
There we
you guys
go.
every week.
Appreciate that.
There we go. Day ones. All right, cool. Well, yeah,
Well-
Matt's he's risen.
Got her through COVID and then set her on the course for the rest of her life, bringing you into the fold, huh?
Exactly. I mean, well, is that a fire truck? No, it's wedding bells.
Is that the pitter patter of rain on a tin roof?
No, it's Matt making love.
Pitter patter.
Is that somebody eating a plate of food?
No, it's the reception at the wedding.
Is that a choo-choo train I hear? Oh, it's like wedding bells or some shit. That whole thing.
Okay, good. All right. So, anyways, Stanford Steve, and stick around for the Oakley Block. Steve,
Gentlemen,
White Steve.
been a long time.
Hi, Macon.
Been a long time.
Hey, man.
how are you?
Fair to Midland, I reckon.
Midland. Yeah.
Yeah?
Midland, Texas. Over
First
here.
summer with 2 kids, huh?
Sort of, yeah. The boy was born August
Yeah.
10th, so,
Yeah,
you tell me.
Yeah, no, you're in it,
Yeah.
bro. Buckle up.
Yeah, Steve, just it's baseball season, so on the weekends now I got to go to the coach pitch and shit like that, but it's awesome. Yeah, Waylon is into the NBA, man. He is. Yeah,
Really?
He's all the way in. So we got to talk a little NBA here, but
No mullets in the NBA, though.
no mullets, but Waylon cut his, so he's an adult now. He's adulting. But my dog loves the NBA, loves Jalen Brunson. So if we can get him on the pod anytime soon, Waylon wants to come in and pitch him a couple questions. Steve, how the hell do you do the Sports Center show right now? It's hard to do a podcast. There's not a lot to talk about, Free
Yeah.
agency in the NFL by the wayside pretty much, even though there's some good names out there. Are you really into sports this time of year? Is it an act?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, because it's funny. Scott and I were talking about this last week. He's got a countdown to when he's off for the summer, and we always revert back now to when we had to do Sports Center when there were no sports during the COVID.
Yeah.
And nothing was more mentally draining for a TV staff than those days, man. Like, it was, let's have Woj on again, see if there's an NBA update. Let's have Passon on to see if there's a baseball update. Like, it was brutal. We did bad beats of Last Dance. That's how
No
bad.
way, dude.
Yeah.
Remember that.
That's deep in the catalog.
Our research staff went back, checked the line, like that. Yes, that's what we did. It was. So nothing is as bad. I get it. It's not. Everybody college baseball, women's college World Series with softball is not everybody's cup of tea. But I love the college baseball. I think it's tremendous. I did find my new favorite Virginia athlete name ever last night, Connolly Early.
Yeah.
That's just a. If that's not UVA, I don't know what is. But what
Majestic
a player he
map.
is. Yeah.
Raise you majestic map.
So yeah, I'm in on the baseball. The NBA Finals obviously is an unbelievable story. It felt like we ran out of things to say about the Heat after they beat the Bucks, and I just don't know what else to say. They're playing out of their minds, and they deserve all the credit because they're doing it. So there's that. I love the Stanley Cup. I'll watch as much Stanley Cup playoffs as I can. The stories there. I do find it interesting. We could have a most spoiled fan base on our hands of the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Really?
The success they have had is pretty nuts, knowing how they've only been around, a couple years. So
Doesn't
I
hockey
find that,
do the expansion thing differently? They set you up for success, right? You can
yeah.
grab the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts a lot of onus on the teams that have to give up the players. Their stories, and but I still say since then, Macon, they've done they have not been afraid to spend money. They went out and did the Eichel deal. That was a risk because of what you believe there with the medicals. Yeah. But it's an awesome story. I got a chance to go out there when I was out there for March Madness to go to a game, and it's everything it's cracked up to be. It is a ton of fun. They deserve it. I just think about down there if they don't ever keep up the spending and keeping the players and focus on winning games, what it would look like, because we know there are some dreary parts of Las Vegas, and I could see them migrating to T-Mobile. But it's an awesome story, and Florida's been tremendous in what they've done.
So we were thinking, if the Heat won the whole thing, it'd be definitely the most unexpected championship, probably in the 4 major sports. I don't know. I don't know baseball. I don't know hockey as well. But I know in football and in the NBA, definitely an 8 seed winning the whole thing would be crazy. But, on another level, probably the least star-studded roster to win a championship in the 4 major sports. Would you agree? I mean, outside of Jimmy Butler and an aging Kevin Love, it's not like it's a bunch of undrafted guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing what they've done. And, the lack of star power, for sure. And I think you see that with the attention or the focus and, time spent on it, because people do want the stars involved. And that's why I think it's so cool that they've been able to do it. And we know how annoying the Miami fan base could be. They are enjoying this to the max. So, as far as all-time teams, two teams come to mind. It's the 2015 Virginia baseball team and the 2019 Virginia basketball team.
That's funny.
I think
that's funny.
That
that's
haven't
good.
had the big
That's
stars.
good.
Macon, thoughts?
Right in the rib cage.
That's fine. I mean, I take no offense to that. I'd rather have a team first group win titles, which you just noted they
Which
did.
is another one. I saw this on one of these lists. They were ranking the champions post the Bulls, and the Pistons got just absolutely dumped on that list. They were way down the list. It was on ESPN, and that was a team basketball group. But they had stars though, fringy stars, not not Kobe, Shaq type stuff. The 80 Raiders, Matt just pointed out. I can't remember a ton of guys on that team, but I'm not a historian. Sure, Damashek could.
The 94-95 Rockets were 6 seed, but they still had the dream.
They had the dream.
Yeah.
They got players.
The one that everybody points to is it's before our time, but the 77 Bullets.
Yeah.
They won 44 games.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But they had
And they won an NBA title. And I think that you factor that in when that happens in your league, the timing of Magic and Bird, that's why it's looked at as highly as it is, because that's what they had as far as a championship team. So I think that those guys do deserve all the credit and love they got for elevating the league and bringing it to a whole new level.
Matt was when you said the Bullets from 77, Matt goes, they had Wes Unseld. I don't know if you heard it, but Wes Unseld
44.
probably qualifies, I guess. What do you think of the rest of the series? Do you think they have a legitimate shot to win this thing, or is this just the one game? Because I know that in game 2, they probably had a better shot than game 1. They were shot physically, the flight, the 2-day turnaround. I figured they'd cover last night, but I was surprised they won.
Yeah, I'm to the point. I'm not surprised by them anymore. Yeah. They just keep, Martin hasn't done anything in this series, but that's fine because Duncan Robinson goes for 20+. Vincent goes for 20+. What did you think, Chris? I saw a bunch of people tweeting about it, but the idea that they left Boston that night and flew right to Denver knowing the altitude they were faced with.
I hate it.
And getting that in 5 in the
morning. So I hate that.
I didn't even think about it, but now I thought that was a curious decision.
That was dumb and probably zapped the energy out of them because you can't acclimatize or get used to the altitude in 24 hours. You can't get used to it in 48 hours. I'm sure somebody's going to argue with me about it, but As a player, I remember we went out to Wyoming and we went out early and tried to like work out and shit like that. It only zaps you. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, I know those guys were drinking on the flight too, so there's nothing worse than a mile high hangover.
Maybe so, yeah. And
the Colorado
Kevin
hangovers
Love's
are
old
brutal.
enough to really feel them. But yeah, no, like the Duncan Robinson thing was crazy. He wasn't just hitting threes.
Well, and
he's going to the hoop.
And he only had 10 points, and he had 10 points in those 3 minutes.
The right time,
Start
man.
the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That contract was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they win this whole thing, I mean, he helped bail them out. I mean, they could not. They started up 10-2 or whatever it was, and Malone's like super mad about their effort. He's out there talking about like no defensive effort. He pointed out the start of every quarter they've been dominant. The Heat have. So I don't know. I don't know about calling out your team's effort publicly if that's like a tactic from him.
Former Virginia assistant Michael Malone there, Steve. Hey, Wes Unseld scored 7 points a game for the 77 Bullets.
Hall of Famer.
There you
So
go.
that's what I'm saying. He put the Pistons up. He
won Rookie of the
Rashid-
Year and MVP the same year. Come on.
Rashid, fucking Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. I mean,
That was a team,
that was a
man.
But they had Wes
Yeah.
Unseld though, the 77 Bullets. He's an NBA head, bro. He took offense. Yeah. So, anyways, I'll probably bet the Heat again next week. It's just so fun to bet
Just
the team
keep,
you
yeah,
want to win.
I was just like, I don't understand these people are trying to go against. Just take the
Yeah,
points.
take the points.
Every game, they're getting 10 points.
I wonder what they're getting at home.
2.5.
Yeah, see,
2.5.
that's where it gets to be the danger zone. Might buy to 3.
They're not a great home team either. That's the other.
Yeah. And Denver hadn't lost at home in the
Correct.
entire
There you
postseason.
go. You did your
Yeah,
homework
you
today.
watch the game,
There you go. Take
the
notes.
First time they've beaten them in 10 tries, I think.
Steve, what do you think of Denver's unis?
This is just a catastrophe of
Yeah, it's
uniforms
bad.
in this series.
Bad.
It's brutal, really, really, really bad. It's bad.
Let's talk NFL.
Okay,
Because I already put a couple win total bets in.
did you?
Yeah. I took the Ravens over. I took the Lions over. I'm looking hard at the Steelers over. I don't like betting all
Okay.
these overs, Steve, personally.
Yeah,
It's easier to root for teams to lose.
correct.
It is.
I know, especially in that league too.
Yeah.
I do like. I know it's boring, but like the Chiefs, I think still at 11.5. Like they're not going worse than 12-5. They got what is it? 3 toughest games are the Bills, Bengals, and Eagles, and all 3 of those they get at home.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is 27-3 in his career against the AFC West. You know, like I don't see those guys having a tough time. I like the Saints over.
What's that at?
They play the 9.5.
Okay.
Is that because of the division?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think minimum 4-2 against the division. 5-1 is probably a lock. They get the Texans, Colts, Bears, and Titans. They have 4 games against the top 3 quarterbacks that were just picked. And if depending where the Titans are, they could play Levis too.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at the division, and it feels like one of those things where we might be, underestimating how frisky the Falcons could be, or how frisky the Panthers could be if this kid's ready to play at all. Because that defense is stacked. I'm not saying it's going to be a cakewalk, but 5-1, it feels a little bit ambitious.
Yeah. Okay.
Bucks are going to be a dumpster
I'm really
fire.
interested in the Falcons.
Bucks are going to be a
I really
dumpster
am.
fire. Bucks dumpster fire. Caleb
Oh
Williams.
God. Yeah.
It'd be a shame.
I don't see them having much success, if any.
Um,
I like the Jags over.
I do too. 9.5. I like the I
Yep.
like the Bucks under. I mean, I called it a dumpster fire. There's a few here, dude. I mean, and it's about that time of year. The Rams 6.5. That's going to be an interesting one. I got to feel like a lot of people are going to bet the over there.
Have fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I wonder what Stafford has left.
And Vegas respects Atlanta 8.5.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's going on?
When they start, I don't get into all the analytics, but like when you start looking at who they're playing and the percentage, division games and stuff like that, they are set up better than the other two teams for sure.
Broncos
in Carolina and Tampa.
Broncos 8.5, but Sean Payton is the second favorite for Coach of the Year. I don't know, something doesn't add up there.
Comeback Coach of the Year?
No, Coach of the Year. Just Coach of the Year, man. Think about it. You're sitting on a gold mine when it comes to winning that award. I mean, like, you could fix Russell Wilson, the whole thing. I mean, and people respect the hell out of him, so they're going to be watching. There was one I liked here. Vegas, under, maybe?
Yes.
I haven't seen it move since Jimmy G news.
Some books moved it to 6.5. It had been 7.5.
Yeah, okay. So it moved the
Raiders
whole game.
got 4 trips to the Eastern time zone. Maybe they go 2-4. They play Rodgers and Allen outside the division.
Yeah.
They also got to go to Chicago. I don't think Jimmy G is going to be healthy for 10-plus games, and Brian Hoyer's their backup.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I got the under there.
Which darling would you rather zag on and go under? Seahawks or Lions? Seahawks 8.5, Lions 9.5.
Well, kind of answers. I mean, I already bet the Lions. I wouldn't bet the under on either of these guys, but definitely I think the Seahawks.
I think I'm actually – I mean, when we were doing all the Rodgers-Jets stuff, I'm way more interested in the Packers with that.
Yeah.
I just – now we're really going to see what LaFleur brings to the table, They're super super high on Jordan Love, and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Those guys are there every day. And when you look at that division, now you talk about pressure, the Lions are putting a lot on themselves. What they did in the draft, how Campbell goes about things, good for him. I mean, that's the way he wants to bring it. Good. But I just think the Packers, the roster is still pretty good to me. And I like what they did in the draft. I think Minnesota is a team that comes way back.
Yep.
You think? Wow, okay.
Because I had my guy Barnwell had an awesome note that I was reading.
Is that Vikings number really 8.5? Wow.
Dude,
yeah. They were at 13-4 and were 11-0 in games decided by one.
But they can't get to 9 and 8.
I'd rather bet the under.
That's insane.
I'd rather bet the under.
And I think the division's tough. I think it's good.
Look, I'd rather bet the under, unless that
they do play that NFC South.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like. Do you think Kirk Cousins is going to be the quarterback there in 2 years? So how many games do you think they're going to win?
No.
I mean, they could win 10, 11 games, and he could lose a playoff game. But, I think everybody knows they're going in a different direction at some point here soon. And that could play out in how they –
I feel like that whole other division is on the up.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I bet a lot of people are on the over. If I had to, I'd probably bet the under. And I've made a killing on the Vikings every year.
Yeah, you are a Viking.
I'm a Viking.
Prognosticator.
Yeah, dude. I know.
They played Eagles, Niners, Bengals, Chiefs, and Chargers.
Yeah. No cakewalk.
No.
Steve, who do you think's under the most pressure in the NFL this year?
Josh Allen. I wasn't in love with him last year.
Yeah.
I don't think – I thought the defense was obviously the problem. I don't like the antics and things we saw in the field with Diggs. I don't know what's going on there. I feel like that's another one. The division is all getting better. I mean, people are – you could write off New England all you want. They're still going to be a pain in the ass. I don't care what anyone says. They are going to be a pain in the ass to play. I know that, they made a bunch – what did they get, Floyd today as a pass rusher?
Shane Ray's back.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not laughing, because it's just wild. I forgot about Shane Ray. It's been 5 years.
Yep, and they got Ed Oliver back. And they got Poona Ford, too, right?
Somebody else, Steve. Somebody else.
They get Von Miller back.
Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, yeah.
Dalton Kincaid.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the best tight end in the draft.
Maybe.
No, I don't know. I still like Michael Mayer. I think, Mac's going to be under a lot of pressure, man, immediately. But I think he's actually going to thrive because I think Bill will help.
Yeah, he has a coach, man.
So the pressure doesn't if you said, hey, I'm going to put you under a hot lamp, but you actually have a guy who can call an offense.
Yeah,
and by the way,
done it before.
I still love Matty P and everything. I just don't think it was a great
doubt.
situation. Him and Joe Judge, that was one of those things that as a coach I might not have even done. Matt's down there in Philly now. I ran into him last week. It's funny as hell to see him in Midnight Green. Yeah, I don't know. I think Bill's under pressure. I'm not saying he's going to, he's the GOAT. He's not going to lose his job. But I do think a couple years after Tom, people want to see them round the corner, especially, talking about him as the greatest coach of all time, which he is in my book. But there are people that want to poke holes in it. And this year would be a big year for them to get back in the playoffs. Aaron's obviously under a lot of pressure. Obviously he's going to be the biggest story. I think it goes well, but I think he's under a lot of pressure.
Mike McCarthy's seat seems to be perpetually hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Good one.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Hot.
Dak as well.
Dak as well. It's just not a team you can get excited about, except for 11 on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Just sort of
Well, they've proven it's hard to get over the hump for them for whatever reason. They're always good. I was going to say Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch even more so, I think. I mean, they've done a great job.
They've got a little bit of quarterback cover,
There's
injuries.
I know, but it's almost to a point where it's like, all right, well, secure the position, make it a priority.
Yeah.
And, we'll see what's going on with health there at quarterback. But, Sam Darnold, I don't know, man. So I think it's more the compounding effect of, wasting talent.
Everybody's favorite job that's never open, Brandon Staley, L.A. Chargers.
Yep. Definitely going to be under a lot of pressure. I mean, it was surprising to me that all they did was throw a new coordinator at that. But, talking about odds, I like Justin Herbert MVP odds. I mean, I put in a bet. I forget where it was, but, I mean, you never know, dude. These are not big bets. It was plus 800 or something.
You get service down on the river?
Yeah, no, I don't. No, the red phone only. Yeah.
Got it.
So
what about Lamar after getting paid plus 1,500?
No question.
Has a weapon or two.
Yeah. What's Herbert's?
Plus 900.
Oh, it was plus 800. I was close. Jalen for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is.
You think he has another level?
I think this level would be pretty damn good every year if he could just stay here. You know what I mean?
That's
what
I'm interested
that's
to see.
The other level.
Everybody getting their narratives going. All right, how much better do you want him to
be? And I thought he played one of the.
Pretty darn
Kelsey
good.
put it really well in the interview last week. He said he played one of the best games by a quarterback in the Super Bowl, and it's hard to argue with that. Outside of the turnover, that's one that's gonna, bother him for a long time. But I think showing that you can get back to that level, to me, is the next level, if that makes sense. Not to join the ranks of Trent Dilfer.
You cannot lose games in the NFL and still win.
What else do you like besides DeMar Hamlin at minus 400 for comeback player of the year? I think some other people have that in mind.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I did my buddy's show out in Vegas, and they're all over it.
Yeah.
Once he steps on the field, that award is his. I understand
Yeah.
it. I just feel like you talked about the Niners. I feel like that's as quarterback-friendly a system as there is. And I think Sam Darnold, I think it's 40-1. I think it's worth it because in that system, you have everything you want as far as toys to play with for a quarterback. And I think the narrative of a quarterback leading a team that's, their one thing they need is that position. Him being in the spotlight and doing well, I could see that happening. So I've always liked the kid. I know he hasn't lived up to expectations. I feel like this is a great fit because the versatility he has. He is a mobile dude. I don't doubt Shanahan, and I could see that being a really, really good situation, and I think it's worth a fly.
Jordan Palmer said he wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in the Super Bowl. I mean, and that to me says he because he works with the kid. I know there's pumping somebody's tires, and then there's going out on a big limb. I think he believes in the guy. I think I hate to give the guy another chance, but it wouldn't be my choice. But yeah, they must see something in him.
I also like talking to people in the office, like people with the Niners on the staff. Like they were so damn confident with Purdy going into Philly. Like they were dead set they were winning that game. And to see the turn that took, and no one, they knew it, you know, like we don't have anything behind this. And one guy that can't get hurt is the guy that did.
Yep.
And that's how ugly it got.
New rule.
But they are a fascinating follow, because to your point about Shanahan and like, I think they've done wonders, and I don't know what else people want. Would they want him to go get Brady?
Yeah.
You know, they screwed. Like Trey Lance got hurt.
They took a swing.
That was the
They took a swing. I mean, it was the wrong call, but I mean that was their shot.
And they've still had plenty of success. I mean, a bunch of teams would take their past couple seasons, compared to what other teams have done. So I think they're going to be fine. I trust those guys. And when you look at as far as the division, like there'll be some some funky games because they play those teams twice, but they are head and shoulders better roster wise than any team in that division. So I think they could run the table in that division. That's what you talked about making Lamar and the Ravens like that division now. Now you're in it. That's a toss up every division
No
game.
question.
I think this year with and that's why I think it's the toughest division. I still say that.
I like those brownies.
Yeah. It's hard to, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad pressure pick there.
Yeah.
What about Anthony Richardson at plus 900 for Rookie of the Year? I've been hearing good things.
Who do you think starts more games, Gardner Minshew or Richardson?
Oh, that's interesting.
Richardson.
I think Richardson. Yeah, season's longer. Might make a difference. One game on the back end. I could see it. Yeah, give him a month. I think we give Minshew a month. Coach of the Year odds, we've got Dan Campbell with the highest odds, plus 850. D'Amico Ryans at plus 2,000 feels like a fun thing to sprinkle. Frank Reich with the Panthers at plus 2,000. Shane Steichen at plus 2,500.
Who's the favorite?
Dan Campbell plus 850, followed by Peyton at plus 900. Eberflus plus 1,100. Saleh plus 1,500. So I think Tomlin lurking down there is always a good bet. He's at plus 2,500.
Wow.
Bill, I mean, I could see Bill getting a.
Bill ain't winning.
Come on,
Bill ain't
come on.
winning,
They make a run with that schedule. That'd be.
They won't vote for him.
Yeah.
Saleh's interesting.
Saleh at plus 1,500.
What's McDaniel?
McDaniel is
Plus 2,200.
Plus 2,200. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's boom or bust for them, man. They're so fucking talented. I mean, it's a tough spot because it's. I don't know if you're selecting that coach or you like holding the talent of that team against them historically.
The magic question.
Joining us on the Green Light Hotline is Emmy Award-winning producer Stanford Steve Coughlin. Steve, what's it like to win an Emmy?
It's great. I think I'm still trying to get all the stickers off my last one that my kids put on them that they use in their Barbie house. So probably have to try and hide the second one.
Yeah.
Keep the nicks and marks off of it.
Put it up high.
Do you give a speech or anything, or they just mail you a trophy?
Just mail you a trophy.
Steve, what about this Florida documentary? Are you into it? Swamp King?
It depends. I haven't read. I obviously everybody sees a doc, and I'm to the point like who's producing it? Is Tebow involved? Because
think
no,
so.
like everybody's going to want to see the off the field stuff, and I still say like that guy and what he brought to the table covered up. Are we going to see all the stuff that he covered up?
Yeah, that's what.
Or is it going to be
that's
more
what we
about
all want?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I just don't know if we're going to get the true story because
We'll see.
that's what it's come down to.
It's the Untold series. So within, it's the same producers as the Manti Te'o, that documentary, the Malice at the Palace documentary.
The Netflix guy. Okay.
Yep.
I want to hear some salacious shit about Chris Leak. You know, how did he get clean through that whole thing? He must be a great guy. But no, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's it.
Steven, you know how on this show we say hello, we say the name of the place, then we say hello?
Yeah.
Sports Center anchor Randy Scott the other day, there was an Aaron Rodgers tease, and he said, when will this member of Gang Green get the green light? And then he said, green light, New Jersey. Hello!
Did he really?
Yeah. Now, we haven't been able to pull the clip. Do you have more pull over there to get a Thursday, June 1st Sports Center AM pull for us? That would really help us here in the marketing department.
Okay, off the air, we could get together. I'm gonna need time codes, and I could get you that clip
Okay.
Wow.
That sounds great.
That's really cool,
for a
Randy.
price.
Yeah, thank you.
Can
For
I-
a price. Okay.
Can you? I'll just take that in exchange for a gift card to the Chicken Strip.
Yeah, dude, come down, dude. It was popping this weekend.
You know what's sad is the Jonas Brothers have this Waffle House song now,
Yeah.
and I'm the only one in my family that's been to a Waffle House. My kids have not had to, and I looked it up. The closest one is in Charlottesville.
No way.
Yeah.
Special guest in August.
Yeah, you should come down in August when me and Macon have to stand there for 24 hours together.
Okay. Is there a hotel close?
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's right next to a Holiday Inn.
Yep.
Nothing gets held in. I just stayed there for 8 days
How about a
up
Royal
in
Inn?
Rochester for the PGA Championship.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Let's see. There might be a hotel right by it. But yeah, we'll see you in August.
Is it by the Chicken Strip Waffle House?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right down the
pretty
road.
close.
You can stop.
Okay.
Maybe you can bring, what is it, Raising Cane's. I had Raising Cane's Friday night.
There you go.
Oh, it was so good. Grubhub did.
You're getting all unhealthy on me?
Yeah, well, I was hungry. We were on the river all day. Okay, Steve, we appreciate you.
What?
Oh,
What? One more question.
Yeah.
Is your brother back from Italy?
No, I think he's just going to move there.
Good question.
Holy. How much weight has he lost?
He's
20 pounds a week ago.
Yeah, 20 pounds.
I need to talk to him.
Yeah, he needs to get in the gym. Look at him. Ronnie.
Softball record?
We lost 5-5. We lost the last game.
No, we won the last game,
We
but
lost the second to last game to Ceramico Tile, the best team in the league.
Okay.
That was our only shot to get in the playoffs. So we're looking for dead ringers, man. We're looking for people around Charlottesville that can actually play, unlike me and some of us.
What was the record with Kyle in the lineup?
Very good, but honestly,
Yeah.
we have a secret weapon, John Phillips, former
Okay.
tight end from Virginia, played in Dallas. He hit like 11 dingers. Am I underselling it? 12. Yeah. Guy was amazing. Yeah.
Man was just a stud at the hot corner.
Yep. Stud.
And what did
Total stud.
Macon bat for the year?
1,000?
He never got out.
No. That was a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 1,000.
Yeah.
But he didn't come to the games, is what I mean
No.
to say, which is fine.
No
What are we
errors.
doing? What?
The kids. Kids.
Come on, it's a guys' night.
Yeah.
Do you have any groundwork laid for honey? Guys' night.
Yeah, but that's when like I want to go to a Virginia game, you know.
I was just gonna say, not involving Virginia athletics.
Hey, you got the Cardinal or the Texas Aggies tonight?
Oh, tough one. Hopefully the good guys can win that one.
Yeah.
We also could, if Stanford loses, though, we're gonna get A&M versus Texas.
I know.
Which
I know.
is
Come on
who do you
down
guys?
for the Supers.
Who do you guys got?
Winner of Coastal and Duke.
Oh, I got Coastal winning that one.
Okay, probably so.
Can we beat Coastal?
Yeah, we can beat Coastal.
Okay.
ECU people had a good time in Charlottesville.
That's what I hear until they ran into Bad Back Backy with all that smack.
Yeah, they travel well, that purple and yellow.
They do. You guys got a good squad, man. You should be in Omaha.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's a good vote of confidence.
Yeah. Kyle Teal, first rounder.
Yeah.
Jake
catcher.
Geloff.
Transfer from Northwestern, right?
Ethan O'Donnell's a transfer from Northwestern. Good player.
Another great Virginia name.
Yep. And your boy Connolly Early. Going to start one of these bad boys.
So Virginia just went to Omaha.
Yep.
ESPN breaking news.
Book it.
Thank you, Steve.
Still can't get over the Lax loss. I'm sorry.
That was rough.
At
Bad.
least Mike Golick Jr. is happy. He had to donate to UVA. All right, Steve. Thank you.
All right. You guys don't work too hard. And the bosses say, hey, we need content.
Don't work too hard. That's the
Call me
key.
up.
All right, buddy.
Bye,
Thank
Steve.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See ya. Oakley Block. Read around the world today. Read. Kick it off.
The other night in Stanley Cup, in the first Stanley Cup game, there was a cheap shot. Kachuk threw a punch while his Panthers teammate was holding Nicholas Hogg down, and so he was just holding him down, and Kachuk threw a couple of these. What are the all-time cheap shots?
I'm okay with the punch.
You're okay
They
with
got that. They got that real thick glove on. It's just a little love tap
You're right, dude.
to the
And
nose.
You're right.
But
Like
he
the guy
didn't
was
have
like,
his helmet on.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, he did not have his helmet on, which normally, like in a fight, helmets are on, right?
But in the aftermath, he's like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's not great, though. That's not great. Realistically, that's not great.
I think that's fine.
You think it's fine?
Yeah.
Is that Kachuk?
Yeah, that's Kachuk. That's our guy.
Easily the all-time worst cheat shot.
Damn, and he's had such a Cinderella
lost.
story.
He got smoked.
It's been great to root for. That's
One of his
tough.
cats got the same deal. You scroll a little bit in the comments, you'll see a screenshot of another one. This is hockey, you know. This is playoff hockey. Rudy T and Kermit Washington.
That's it.
That's what comes to mind. That was a real one.
Your boy Tom Brady kicking
ninja
up.
kick.
Yeah, kicking up to the D lineman's nuts.
That's
Grady
one of the most
Jarrett.
underrated cheap shots. It didn't get covered at all. Yeah, there was another one late in the year too, but yeah, that's a bad one.
How about Chris Paul hitting Julius Hodge in the nuts?
Yeah, I'd like to hear Ryan's take on that. You know, seems to be able to.
Ryan, he of the Heat cannot win a basketball game in the playoffs.
Well, that happened. I think he's mad about the Celtics. So.
There were a lot of ones in boxing too. You had Holyfield missing an ear.
Yeah, no question. I mean, that's an all-timer to actually chew on part of your opponent, and detach that part from their body is insane.
Like two people hitting home runs against each other is not a derby. I don't know that biting somebody's ear is really a cheap shot.
It's not a shot. That's the only.
Why is it not a derby?
Derby, more than two, I feel.
Yeah.
I haven't looked up the Merriam-Webster definition, but what y'all did, I think, is a competition.
Competition.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you want to call it.
I still won.
You did.
You did.
That's
You
not
are
in
the,
dispute. Yeah, an annual horse race for 3-year-olds is what y'all are
you're
saying
the
y'all
tallest
did.
dwarf.
That's exactly right. A sporting contest open to the general public. What open to the public?
It was open to the public. We had
was.
we
Dave
had
Matthews
bystanders.
was
We had
there.
Dave
Yeah.
Matthews walk by. We had
Kid shagged
some.
one of our foul balls.
Yeah,
Wow, balls.
Yeah. It was way down there.
It wasn't. Yeah, three home runs and 28 at bats. There were balls going everywhere.
Not.
I mean, Reed, you could have easily entered too if you want to talk junk.
Oh, I wasn't talking. I was just.
Sounded like it.
Listen, man.
Sounded like it.
I put my money on the
you could
winning.
easily
Your
enter.
followers, hook, line, and sinker. Now they're trying to devalue.
But
What
the
you did
people,
today.
but the people who are talking barely hit the ball even to the grass during the
Wow.
entire season. So, at the end of
you
the
don't
day,
handle
I feel
success well, do you?
I feel great about winning.
You don't handle success well. It's the role model thing.
Why is me telling the truth not being a role model?
Well,
Where did I lie?
I'm just saying these guys did hit it at least the outfield. You know, I saw
When?
Matt hit it to the outfield
When?
on the roll.
Also shagged all your balls today.
He's talking shit, bro.
I know. Unfortunately, it's not wrong.
Oh man, I can't wait till next season.
Listen,
Should be
nothing's
good.
worse than the owner of the team playing second base and just booting grounders. But
Bro, I cannot wait to the blooper reel, bro. You had a tough season, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it is very, very comical watching you try to shag. And I'm not saying I know I can't do better, but the fact that you were there and you were there the entire season,
Yes.
it was very, very
Wait,
funny.
we're not putting out a blooper reel, are we?
Yeah, why
Hell
not?
yeah, we are.
Hell yeah, we
It's
have
in the
to, bro.
process.
put it out.
We have to. We look
We've got a
terrible.
blooper reel, but we've got highlights too.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. Next year we might put you in the field.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I just don't think anyone else wants to play catcher like I do. I'm the
Well,
best
yeah,
catcher.
there are some guys that are back in the back of the box.
And I think I had just as many outs playing catcher as you did at second base.
We probably true. Probably true. It evened out because you run like I can't even. There's no human being that's slow enough. 3 double plays.
We had double plays.
Bad, dude.
In the Indiana-Kentucky baseball game the other day, Peter Cerruto hits a home run, and his teammate Tyler Cerny placed a crimson chain around his neck. It was a no-no. It was an ejection, resulted in injection because he brought it out from the dugout area. You have to keep your props in the dugout area. Is that too strict a punishment?
Yes. Overkill.
Time out. Is this all still stemming from the turnover chain? Like all these teams doing like a celebration?
Yes,
like,
dude.
Yeah.
In our sport, we have a team that does there's a turnover chainsaw. There's an actual like fucking chainsaw on the sideline. So baseball needs to grow up, get with the times. This is some archaic shit here. What's next? The guillotine?
And is it because he put it on while like on the field or like
Yeah.
what?
Gotta be in the dugout.
It has to stay in the dugout. Brought into the field of play.
And so who got ejected? Like ultimately,
Cerny, the guy who brought the guy who hit the home run.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
He
because the guy who
brought
hit the home run, he's just walking.
Yeah, he was just walking.
He just got laid.
Yep.
You know, that's what it is. It wasn't a lay.
Looked like a leg.
Yeah, it did look like a lay.
So this is too far.
Yeah, it's too far. You know,
Get it together, baby.
Too high. Too high?
too high.
It's a major league reference.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They're in the outfield, they're in the bleachers. Guy hits a dinger.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, too high. But he's like, too high?
And then they pan to the guy in the booth,
Bob Uecker?
Bob Uecker.
Yeah, nah. But too high is a great line. Like, it shouldn't count because it's that high.
Yeah, it's double entendre here because I don't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's art imitating life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it.
We've got a couple mailbags. Name a restaurant from your childhood that's no longer around.
Ranch One.
What's ranch?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God. And they had the best chicken fingers and like French fries, but they had like those real, like a full potato, like pushed through a machine. So like the ends still had the
Skin.
potato skin on it. They were really good. And I think everything in there maybe was made in peanut oil, which gave it like a different type of fried taste. But I remember being young, and anytime I would be going to MSG to watch a Knicks game, like with my friends or like with my parents or whatever, I would be so excited because like that was what
skins.
that was one of the things
Excited
they
about
had.
Patrick Ewing? No, the potato skin.
No, the chicken fingers and fries from Ranch One, and then it used to be like in our malls, like up in Westchester, New York, and different places, and then it just, I don't know, it just disappeared.
It sucked.
I don't know. It definitely didn't suck.
Well, why isn't it still here?
Who knows? Who knows, dude?
Okay, walks. Like Flaming Walk. There was this place, Flaming Walk. When I was a kid and I lived in Cali, they had a Benihana's. So you get to see like the major leaguers of the flippin' onions up there, big flames, like the whole thing. And then we moved here and they had this place called Flaming Walk. They actually, before that, they had a place called Chang House. Do you remember Chang House?
Sure.
So all these walks are going by the wayside.
Coincidentally, the
They're all in
Flaming
danger.
Walk burned down.
Yeah, which is like, it's art. What is it? Art imitating reality?
Life, yeah, you got
life,
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, walks they're like an endangered species around this part. I miss them.
There's one down there, Target, right?
Like a walk?
Yeah, where you can sit in a hibachi style.
But is it like a Target walk?
No, it's actually all the people from Flamin' Walk. They just work in there now.
No way.
I kid you not, bro.
They got out.
So they went they made it out of they got out. Turns out those guys got out.
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
Does Target know they burnt down the Chang house or Flaming Walk? Did you just rat on that?
That's so funny.
I guess.
But
Does that go on your record?
It is the
As a
same
walk guy?
people. I don't know. It's the same people. It's pretty good too.
One structure fire. But have you seen him flip an onion? Dude, the guy is a pro. I'm going to Target now. Thank you.
Pizza Hut. It used to serve pizza quickly. The buildings were shaped like a hut.
That's the best part.
Missed that
Good
spot.
answer.
What?
That's the best
Yeah.
part.
Wait, oh, you guys are doing that
To
thing.
eat in a place. No,
Dine-in
we're
Pizza
not.
Hut.
They're sprinkled here and there, but
There was just a Pizza Hut on Main Street.
they're not
Most
in.
of the Pizza Huts that are shaped like huts look like I Am Legend Pizza Huts.
You need to have the actual hut on the top
like
of the.
there's
I see what
divines
you're
growing
saying. The
on,
roof.
They're abandoned.
Like
Can't
the
just-
arches.
Can't just be a storefront.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Name 2 athletes who will be forever connected.
Oh,
This could be a positive connection,
Well, you already
negative
named
connection.
one of them.
Chris Long and
Rudy
LeGarrette
Rudy and
Blount.
Kermit.
me and LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
I guess like weekly linked. I'm not saying it's a bad answer. I'm not
No.
saying like people walking around
You
like.
guys both left with. You guys won back-to-back Super Bowls.
and we were on the same softball team.
And you were on the same softball team.
What
I
is,
think the test is you mention one name, you automatically think of the other.
yeah, I guess so. And Nancy Kerrigan qualifies.
Nancy
Tanya
Karazin,
Karazin.
Tanya Harding.
I get it.
I think that's the number one answer. Isner and
Bowen
who?
Bosworth,
At Wimby.
LT, and Theismann.
LT and
Yeah,
Theismann.
yeah, because everybody knows.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that video?
I don't have it in my head pictures, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like you wouldn't necessarily think of Theismann when you think of LT, but you definitely would think of LT if you thought of Theismann.
Well, maybe I guess Serena and Venus.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
They are linked.
What about?
And then Peyton and Eli,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, they're forever linked. I
Tony
feel-
Parker and Rick Barry or Brent Barry.
Brent Berry.
and
Yeah.
Drake,
Barry.
Tony Parker and Chris Brown. But Chris Brown isn't that.
Well, he is an athlete.
Yeah, kind of.
Stretch though.
Delonte West and
Okay.
I'm just testing the theory. Stress testing the theory.
Yeah, it worked. Definitely worked.
You can permanently change the price of one item to $1. What is that item?
Easy. A gallon of gas should be a fucking $1. Like, I think, like, you know what I mean? Make gas affordable. Like, for
$1
fucking
a
everybody.
gallon?
That
Yeah,
would be
$1 a gallon. I think that's
environmentally
fair.
destructive.
Like, say it one more time.
That would be environmentally destructive. People would use more fuel.
Bro, he just won a home
No.
run title. He can put as many greenhouse gases.
But look, when I was a
as
kid,
he wants.
like I distinctly remember being
Fucking-
a kid, and I believe like before I was driving, gas was just around that. I know inflation and everything like that, but if I can choose,
Yeah.
that's my thing. I would choose to be $1.
Real estate.
That's also destructive.
In what way? I think it's great because then you'd have to be here all the time. You'd work. You'd just be a podcaster. What if my wish got granted and we were like the best podcast ever?
I don't know. 3 cents out of pop adds up.
Yeah, it does.
I would make text messages $1. Like, did you really need to send that
Oh.
text message?
Amen. That's
Yeah.
a great answer.
They used to do that before, like per character used to be, right? Like back
Yeah.
in the day.
And an emoji is $10.
Emoji's $10. But an eggplant emoji.
Free.
Hey, kids, we used to have to wait until the nights or the weekends to
Yeah.
make telephone calls.
7 or 9.
Can you imagine? I can't. I lived it.
What kind of car would Jesus and Satan drive?
Jesus is Westphalia, like a Westie, like a van.
Nah, Jesus is the brand new, the Tesla truck that's like not out yet. He's coming through in that, and then Satan's definitely in a stretch Hummer limo because he's taking up everyone's parking spots.
Yeah.
He's using diesel gas, like fucking up the environment.
That's good.
Yeah,
Those are out of style.
yeah, and I don't think those are environmentally friendly at all.
I think Satan drives a tow truck.
Or
It's fucking bad, dude.
or the what you call it,
Bad way.
the twisted metal ice cream truck.
Ice cream. Yep, Twisted Metal. Remember that game?
Such a great game.
I see Jesus in an Outback.
Subaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the long station wagon one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Crunchy ass Jesus, probably a kayak on the top.
Yeah.
for sure.
Carpenters, man. The guy's got to earn a living.
Yeah, some
Oh, he's got all
tools.
those
Probably a
tools.
paddle
way back.
You think
Probably
Jesus
a
has got-
paddle board then.
Yeah.
A nice wooden paddle board he
Yeah.
made.
Yeah. Hacky sack holder.
Rickshaw. He's just pulling everybody around in a rickshaw, doing things for others.
Think he's a dream
Wooden
catcher
rickshaw.
guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
dream catcher from the rear view
Yeah.
mirror.
Yeah.
And do you think he has his own sticker, the fish sticker on the back?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably got a bunch
Jesus
of local
fish.
businesses on the back of that
Yeah,
Subaru.
true.
You know?
A 316
That rotate.
fish.
They're on like a rotation.
DeSantis, 24.
Yeah.
What about Satan?
Santa's 24.
Same thing.
Satan.
Connor Roy, 24. Jesus.
I don't know.
I would think Jesus would like some
Nate,
discussion.
I don't know enough about Satan to really be able to give you an answer.
Fair.
He'd be driving a Kia that he stole.
Mm-hmm.
Kias are right now like the most stolen cars
Yeah.
because supposedly you can steal them
So you think Jesus would
with an iPhone charger.
Grand Theft Auto? Yeah.
The Kia boys. Look it
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Satan or Jesus?
Satan.
Okay, good.
Who is the greatest mayor of all time?
Marion Barry. On January 18th, 1990, Mayor Barry was arrested in a Washington hotel room while smoking crack cocaine and groping a woman who was not his wife.
You know, the only name, the mayor that comes to mind when you say that, for me, being from New York, is Mayor Giuliani. And I know that's not a good answer either.
Giuliani, man. Yeah, he got peepholed, didn't he?
He was the one that was in Borat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went, he went out sad.
What about you?
Well, there's a couple dog mayors here I have written down. In 2012, Idlewild, California, Max, a golden retriever, was elected mayor of this 1,000-person town. And then when he died, they just gave it talk about a Nepo baby, Max the second, just becomes mayor. You got to be kidding me. So in 2014, Duke the dog was the mayor in Coromat, Minnesota, and then Bosco beat 2 human beings, dude. He ran against 2 human beings and won.
How would you feel if you're one of those 2 people that lost to a dog?
Not well.
Like, honestly, like,
Not good.
Like, and
Not
like,
good.
like, and if
or
you
also
were like,
maybe this isn't the right line of work. 'cause
but like,
if
no, but if
people-
you're being serious about it too, like that would probably really hurt your feelings, right? Or you probably feel some type of way.
yeah, at first you'd be like, yeah, this is a big fucking joke.
I don't know.
Dogs.
It's a good idea for
It's a fun
2024.
thing.
Like, have you seen how smart a border collie is?
You think a dog would know what to do?
I
Might
did
have
see
better
this pretty
chance.
cool TikTok of this sheepdog and this owner saying like, we don't force sheepdogs to work. They just love to work.
Yeah.
And it was this dog. He would just open up his door.
Yeah.
And this dog would just sprint out and just get ready to go to this gate and round up all these sheeps and push them to where they need to go.
This is our elected official. I have a lab that actually eats poop. Okay, I have 2 dogs that don't know how to get back up on the porch. We've lived in the house for 4 months now. So yeah, it's troubling. It's troubling.
Mayor Brian Vincent.
Paddle VA.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Mayor of Farmville.
Paddle VA, Appomattox. Okay.
Kate Winslet.
Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.